Surprise you tonight. A Texas grandmother is recovering from a nightmare traffic stop that she says left her bruised and battered. But there's definitely two sides to this story. 77-year-old Lynn Bedford was driving home from church when she was pulled over for allegedly speeding. The officer repeatedly asked her for ID. Bedford would not comply, saying she was in urgent need of a restroom. So here's what happened next.
Step out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle.
You are hurting me.
Get out of the vehicle.
I'm going to report you hurted me.
Okay. Step out of the vehicle.
Twisted my arm.
The Keene Police Department and the city is standing behind this officer, saying he did nothing wrong and followed department policy, even though he ended up forcibly removing the grandmother from her SUV. Watch.
Oh, good.
You're under arrest.
Bedford's attorney, Clay Graham, says the officer went too far.
She's very disappointed to learn that instead of being protected or served, she was basically antagonized and assaulted.
Lynn Bedford's attorney sent us these photos of injuries she says occurred during the traffic stop when the officer yanked her to the ground. So, who do you think is at fault here? Did the officer overreact, or did the grandmother pick a fight by refusing his simple request? We're just playing it, putting it all out there. We want to get everybody's response. Give me a call, 1-877-5867-297, 1-877-JVM says. Straight out to Lynn Bedford's granddaughter, Aubrey, who is defending her grandmother's actions. Aubrey, you saw the video. You saw it all play out. What was your reaction, and why were you upset for your grandmother?
Honestly, when I first saw it, there are no words to describe how horrible that is. Just watching it just happen to anybody. 19 seconds is all he allowed her from the first initial time that he asked for her driver's license to when he first laid hands on her. I have not been able to pull out my driver's license from my wallet, in my purse, in my car in 19 seconds. So that just tells you the amount of patience that this officer had with an elderly woman at 77 years old that had an urgent need, a medical need. She had a urinary tract infection. She needed to go to the bathroom, and she was trying to explain to the officer what was going on. And he just didn't want to listen. And he escalated matters by doing what he did. He controlled the situation and made it escalate.
Well, that's why we asked you here. We want to get all sides of this story. There has been a lot of debate over who's at fault here. Let's watch how this encounter between the officer and the 77-year-old driver went downhill fast.
All right, let's hurry up. I've got to go to the bathroom.
Let me see your driver's license and insurance, please.
I have a bladder infection.
Let me see your driver's license and insurance, please.
Well, you listen to me.
No, I want to see your driver's license and insurance, please, then I'll listen to you.
Why? Why are you going to wait?
I'm going to write. Give me your driver's license.
I'll give it to you in a minute.
No, you give it to me now. I'm going to take you to jail.
Well, go ahead.
Now, former police chief and private investigator Tom Shamshak, take a look at this poll. We put up a poll on HLNTV.com asking who's at fault. It's split almost 50-50, almost evenly divided. As a former police chief, do you think the officer did anything wrong?
Jane, good evening. As a former police chief and a current police practices expert who's testified in a variety of police malpractice cases in state court and in federal court, I've looked at this. I do not see anything wrong with the officer's behavior. His actions are consistent with good and accepted police procedure. Listen, this woman could have just quickly given him the documents, and she could have gone on her way up the road rather than taking a ride in the back of a police car to the pokey. When she said to him, go ahead and arrest me, that's what he did. I didn't see any kind of violence there. And what this raises in my mind, this is what I take away from this, is this woman fit to have a license? 16 miles over, she was speeding. And with this kind of behavior, I think that's a serious question that has to be